Hi, welcome to the first episode of Series 2, covering all special weapon frames and finding which are best for PvE. Today, sniper rifles. We're looking to find which frame is best for PvE and the differences between the frames. So let's take a look at what sniper rifles have to offer. First up, aggressive frames. Popular aggressives are Succession from the Deepstone Crypt, the Long Walk from the Prophecy Dungeon, and Frozen Orbit from Crucible. Classically higher zoom and harder hitting of the options, great for dealing high burst precision at long ranges. Looking at you, Nezarek, but do have the smaller base mag size. Next we have adaptive frames. Popular examples are Beloved, Craftable from last year, Defiance of Yasmin from the King's Fall raid, and Soul Survivor from the Helm. Very popular in PvP, as can normally come with a lower zoom scope and hit really hard, and don't tend to suffer from damage fall off. And we finish off with rapid fire frames. Great examples are the Supremacy from the Last Wish raid, Praedyth's Revenge from the Vault of Glass raid, and a Distant Pull from the Helm. A shorter range sniper, which puts out a lot of damage and a great mid-range precision weapon option, but really struggles with reach as base range is around the 35 to 38 meter mark. Right, we have the data, so how does it look? Let's first look at a few things. Rapid fires have the most generous crit multiplier and favourable aim assist, but lack damage at range. Very much a mid to mid-long range weapon. Adaptives don't have this problem and keep their damage up to 140 meters as far as I've tested, although the lower zoom scopes they have make it pretty difficult any further than this. Aggressive frames really excel at large ranges, as tend to come with higher zoom scopes to assist with landing those longer range shots. The raw damage here is if never needing to reload the weapon. Now let's take a look at when reload and magazine size come into account. In sustained damage we can see that the rapid fires have a strong case, has a great damage output option, but again, struggle in range, so as long as you can be uninterrupted at mid-range is a great option. Adaptives are nearly 20% behind its rapid fire counterparts, so sits strong at longer ranges, but really long ranges can be tricky to land the shot that you're going for. Aggressive frames are only 7% away from the adaptives, so actually more appealing than my first thought going into this. So let's look a little deeper, so to see what else the frames have to offer. So here we have the single shot differences, to see how hard they can hit. For those times a single shot is desired. People who have played the Root of Nightmares raid will know exactly where this is really helpful. Aggressives sit right at the very top here, by up to 21.5%. Although the lowest aim assist is here, the higher zoom scopes really help. Rapid fires really fall behind here. 37% is a lot of damage to lose, and can require multiple shots to get the desired effect. Next we have ammo to think about. Being a special weapon, there is only a particular amount we as Guardians can carry, so let's take a look at the damage potential. This is how much damage can be dealt with the full ammo reserves. Surprisingly, aggressive frames have the highest amount of damage from reserves, over 20% of reserve damage in comparison to the adaptives. Rapid fires had a buff recently to their reserves and still over 20% behind the aggressives. So what do we make of this? Personally, I'm going to be looking for what role I'm going to be using the weapon. If I'm going to be a bit more up close, I can get the best out of the rapid fire frames. Longer ranges, adaptives are fine, but aggressive frames have significantly harder hit, and there's significantly higher damage within their reserves. Personally, I think I'm going to favour the aggressives over the adaptives now. Losing 7% on sustained damage and gaining over 20% on both single shot damage and damage in the reserves, I think is worth it. So for me, the kinetic slot, Supremacy or Succession is my best pick. As for the energy slot, the Ichthos sniper rifle or the Long Walk, it's kind of what I'm leaning towards. So what do you think? Do you have a favourite sniper rifle? What perks do you normally gravitate towards on snipers? Let me know in the comments below. I'd love to hear what other people are using. As usual, I'll be in the comments section with you talking all things sniper rifles. This series, as stated at the beginning, is the second of its kind. We've already covered all the primary weapon frames, and even covered the whole primary meta breakdown, which can be found within the playlist on the channel. I will be continuing this series to cover all the special weapon frames within the game, so be sure to subscribe so you don't miss out. Thank you so much for watching this far, and all I can ask for is a like on the video, and maybe a comment if you can. It really helps the channel more than you will ever know. So thank you all, see you in the next one, and remember, never let your tea go cold.